Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Today we will learn mantra number 11. It's a very important and very interesting mantra. You please conscious that your phone is getting unmuted. It's distracting, you know. Okay, mantra number 11, Kaivalya Upanishad. Atmanam aranim kritva Atmanam aranim kritva Pranavam chottaranim Pranavam chottaranim Jnana nirmathanabhyasyat Jnana nirmathanabhyasat Pasham dahati panditaha Pasham dahati panditaha. Together. Atmanam aranim kritva Pranavam chottaranim Jnana nirmathanabhyasat Pashan dahati panditaha. Atmanam aranim kritva Pranavam cha uttara aranim. This is the thing, concept. Atmanam, individual self. Aranim, a piece of firewood. Kritva, having done or making. Pranavam, Pranavam means Omkara. Om. What is it? It's Brahman alone. Cha and Uttara Aranim, the upper piece of firewood. Jnana Nirmathanabhyasat, through the practice of churning of knowledge. Mathan, churning. Pasham, bondage. Dahati, burns. Panditaha, the wise fellow. In Vedic period, all the fire sacrifices used to take place. It was not that the fire they used to collect from the oven or from the lamp, anything else. No. They, every day, they used to keep 2 logs of wood. They are separate and they are tied with the rope. Clear? So, in the lower log of wood, there will be some inclination on the top and down like the pencil, sharpened pencil. So, the lower arani will be fixed and the upper arani, it will be fixed with the rope in such a way 2 persons from the 2 sides can churn it. Even last 15 days ago in Rishra, Hugli, Prem Mandir, very big temple is there, ashram. It's a sannyasika ashram hai, where all the sannyasis live. So there one fire sacrifice happened. And they did it in a totally Vedic way, in this way. What they do? They churn it very quickly, and then in the friction of two very dry, sun-dried logs of wood, their fire catch up. And then some cotton will be there. So through the cotton, they take the fire and start the fire rituals, that big yagna. So here, that aranim, that logs of wood, two logs of the wood, is a symbolization. I will come into the point. So first, the translation of the mantra. So making the ego, our own ego, Omkara, in Sri Krishna's language, Kachami, Kacha Mai. So Krishna ने बताया कि दो मैं है, एक कच्चा मैं और एक पक्का मैं. तो कच्चा मैं को ईगो कहते हैं. So making the ego as the lower log of wood, and Omkara, the pranava, make it as upper log of wood or arani, through the practice of repeated churning of knowledge. One Amma wrote me that I thought the Upanishad is over, because when seeing in all being in me, then what else more? So why this morning classes? This is nothing but the churning of the knowledge, every day. Like every day they used to churn and used to create fire, new fire, to do their fire rituals. Likewise, every day that churning of knowledge is required. And what will be the aranim or logs of wood there? The lower wood will be our own ego, and the upper wood, upper log will be the pranava. So, the repeated churning of knowledge, jnana, nirmathana, abhyasa. A wise man burns up all the cords of the bondage. So how we can destroy our all bondage? By churning the knowledge every day. Churning of our own ego, and with the help of pranava. Here pranava means Brahman. Brahman means Brahma Jnanam through Guru Mukha. Okay. So this is the main thing. Now, explanation. What is the explanation? See, in our Antakaran, some concepts are there. There are raga, dvesha, abhinivesha. A lot of likes, dislikes, out of illusion. Because first, jagati satyatya buddhi. First we see the world as a true element. The world is true, real. First we think that whole world is real. Then that is first illusion. And the second illusion, this worldly object will give me happiness and this will give me sorrow. So I should be attached with it and I should be detached with it. In that conflict, we create our own bondage, and our bondage is also illusory. You know how the monkey catcher catches the monkey? Do you know that? There is one pot, it's a covered pot, and monkey's favorite food is chana, the gram. There they keep a small hole. And the monkey, what does it do? Suppose this is a pot and the monkey just put his hand and take up the chana, the gram, in its fist. Now the monkey catcher comes and the monkey can't take out his hand from the hole. See, in the same hole, he entered his palm. If he leaves the gram, he can save his life. In the same way, he can take out his hand. But for the sake of small gram, he sacrifices his life. Likewise, we, for the small thing, we bind ourselves in many ways. One person is hugging tightly the tree and shouting, "Please remove my bondage, please remove my bondage." One person came, very wise person. Hey, foolish fellow, you have caught hold this tree. You remove your hand. That person is the Guru. And we are that we only create our own bondages. So this is the thing, the concept in us, the wrong illusory concept create bondages. Pranava means Omkara. Omkara means the gist of entire Veda. The gist of entire Veda. In Mandukya Upanishad, in the first mantra itself, it has been cleared. Om iti etadaksharam idagum sarvam tasya upavyakyanam bhutam bhavat bhavishyad iti sarvam omkaram eva om iti etad aksharam idam sarvam. One Om is all. Tasya upavyakyanam. That Omkara will be explained. What is that Omkaram? Bhuta, the entire past. Bhavat, the entire present. And Bhavishyaditi, in future. So Omkar means the whole three periods of time, past, present, and future. Sarvam Omkara eva. Everything is Omkara only. Yat chanyat trikalatitam yat cha anyat trikala atitam. But Omkar, not only the 3 periods of time, the Omkar is beyond 3 periods of time. Tadapyonkara eva sarvagum hyetad brahma ayamatma brahma. That one of the Mahavakyas in Mandukya Upanishad in second mantra. Ayamatma Brahma. This is Brahman. That this Atma is Brahman alone. Soyam Atma Chatushpat. What is Chatushpat? We will learn when we will learn the Mandukya alone. So the thing is, this is clear. Arani means log of wood. So, and with the cotton ball, kapash. रामचरित मानस में तुलसीदास जी लिख रहा है साधु चरित चरित कपासु. The cotton ball is totally dry, Dry मतलब ये नहीं कि साधु सरस नहीं, ये नीरस मतलब वहां कामना कि कोई थोड़ा सा भी ये नहीं है. कामना वासना पूरा वैराग्य की प्रतीक है. The cotton ball is the symbol of the total dispassion. So easily it takes up the fire. Clear? So your total consciousness, how your mind should be where your hand is. Your mind should be where your hand is. So, this is meditation in action. People oftenly say that, Swamiji, we are samsari, grihastha. How we will do meditation? We don't get time. So our meditation will be meditation in action. How? Our mind should be where our hand is. This is called ध्यान लगाना पूरी तरफ से. So the thing is, our all desires, हम लोगों का सारे कामना वासना इस तरीका से जब जलकर राख हो जाता है, उसी राख को ही विभूति कहते हैं. Sannyasis use the vibhuti on the forehead, in the whole body. The ashes, called vibhuti. Or Mahadev, Tushara Subhra Dhavala. How is it? Total white ashes. Because there is total dispassion. That ashes means all our desires, our wrong desires, illusory wrong concepts, illusory thought process, illusory mental enemies like jealousy, hatred, everything get destroyed, and what remains? The ashes. The vibhuti is the symbol of total dispassion. The meditation means actually not meditation. It is dharana. Yam, niyam, asan, pranayam, pratyahar, dharana, dhyan, samadhi. What we call, we are going to the meditation class, means we are going to the dharana class, not dhyana class. So what is dharana? Constant charning of our ego and our scriptural knowledge. And in this way, when our total ego will be destroyed, then there will be no effort is required to do dhyanam. Meditation will be effortless. Clear? Now, I will explain a little more. The thing is, Atmanam Aranim Kritva. Atma is what we learned yesterday and earlier classes also. That Atma is the substratum, but and attributeless, formless. But where is the problem? When it gets identified with the body, mind, and intellect, then the problem starts. So Omkara is the Apara Arani, and Atma is the lower Arani. What Atma? That Atma which is identified with the lower self. And Omkara means Vedantic knowledge. And charning means doing charcha every day, satsang. Okay. So fire is created. The self-effulgent truth gets revealed. So charning is constant repetition. It may be Om, Om, Om. At the same time, in our mind, it will be there what we learned about Omkara through our teacher. In this way, all our bondage will go away. All our bondage will go away. So, when two Arani were rubbed, that charning brings fire. And what the fire does? Fire burns the fuel. Am I right? Fire burns the fuel. The fuel may be petrol, fuel may be wood, log of wood. So here fuel is our kamana, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, madha, matsarya. Our, wrong desire, our anger, our jealousy, our hatred, our greed, our delusion. They are fuel. That will be burned out. When Atma is getting identified with the lower self, that lower identified, body identified Atma is lower Arani. Clear? So higher self and lower self, it's a wrong concept, because our Vedantic propagation is the self is only one. There are no two self, upper self, lower self. Who is witnessing whom? When higher is identified with the lower, it's called Bhrantijanya Tadatmya. Feeling oneness out of delusion. And that is the cause of all bondage. Let's churn your mind with the higher. Mana buddhya hankara chittani naham. Can you remember? I am not the mind, I am not the intellect, I am not the memory, I am not the ego. Shivoham, Shivoham. I am that auspicious Shiva. I am that supreme consciousness, that knowledge. And this knowledge really burns all the bondage. But when the mind is agitated, when the mind is extroverted, then what is required? That churning is required. Churning means not only repeated listening to the Vedantic discourses. Churning means always remembering the teachings. Clear? Omkar takes our all attention. All attentions. Where? From outside to inside. Omkara is the vibration of the total universe. NASA sent some sound vibration, in the space, that high-end camera and microphone got the sound of the space, sound of the sun. What they got, Oh. 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 There is the significance of Veda. When Veda proclaims that Shabda Brahma, the sound is Brahman alone. From the space alone, the world, our earth, this moon, that sun, the entire galaxy has come out. And what is in that space? The scientists have discovered that there is only sound, and that sound is Om. Thousand years back, Veda told it. Omkara is the substratum of everything else. What is the world? The world is nothing but the sum total of some names and forms, isn't it? The whole entire world is nothing but some names and forms. Every object has its own separate vibration. You will find, some people come in our life. We don't know why we can't match with them. Because their wavelength and our wavelength doesn't match. When two wavelength matches, this is the significance of transistor, in earlier days, the radio transistor. So they used to send some wavelength. What about the song or news in the form of wave? Electromagnetic wave. And receptor was there, transistor. When two wavelength matches, there is melody. In our life also, when our wavelength matches with someone's wavelength, there is a nice harmony. Everyday happiness. It doesn't require that they should be physically together, because radio station is far away. And from the remote village, people harmonize it and enjoy. So when two wavelengths will be harmonized, there is total happiness. So each and every being has their own separate wavelength. What is Omkara, Omkara is the vibration of the entire universe, where all the vibrations are appeared. So it proves that the entire world of names and forms have come out from the Om, or they are in Om. The basic primordial vibration from which all the whole universe has come out. Omkara is not only the word. If we chant it with the great reverence and concentration, the entire vibration will be revealed to us. If anyone is distracted, restless for any point of time, you can practice, I have practiced it. Suppose, sometime we are anxious too much, suspicious, doubtful, restless, depressed. Please try once. It is tried and tested by the masters. Even myself also tried. Just sit, close your eyes, and concentrate over here. Oh, the total agitation, the total bifurcation, everything goes. Believe me, it's a science, it's a magic, it's a magical science. When we chant with this love and devotion and reverence, Omkara chanting should be proper. Because our whole mind we have to put over there. Then our mind comes into harmony and unthinkable becomes known to us. Unthinkable becomes known to us. That Omkara you please consider as the upper log of Arani, which is the essence of the entire teachings. Omkara is the essence of the entire teachings. All the names and forms are in me, and I am in all. Yesterday, in mantra number 10, and in Bhagavad Gita 6 chapter 29 verse, everything is there. Do all karma in this thinking. Do all karma. And burns down all our lower tendencies. Then all our bondage, all our problem, all our doubts, all our depressions, all our anger, all our hatred, all our delusion, everything will be destroyed. Hari Om Tat Sat.